What's up, guys? This is Ellie, and welcome to Eagle Eye Mysteries. Today's case is the case of the Crazy Compass. Without further ado, let's begin. Eagle Eye Detective Agency, Jake here. Jake, Buck Morrow here. We need your help. Mark Moriarty, one of our Explorer pack, has gone missing. Can you meet us in Taylor Park to look for him? 10-4, Sergeant Morrow. Ellie and I will be right down. What does 10-4 mean? I've never really gotten... never really figured out all these radio codes. Well, if anyone knows, leave it in the comments below and give me a little education on what American radio codes mean. Anyway, let's head to our location, Taylor Park. And gather a little bit of evidence. The school's Explorer Club is really cool. They're always doing neat stuff like learning how to kayak or track wild deer. Okay. Sergeant Morrow, the football coach, is the club's leader. Hey, there's Mark right now. He must have found his way back. Okay, let's talk to Sergeant Buck Morrow. Let me brief you, Jake and Ellie. We have this survival track once a year. Each explorer is given a map of compass directions and a set of tags with which to identify the landmarks that the map leads them to. The trick is to prove that you can follow compass directions by tagging each of the landmarks in order. Everyone was to complete the course and return here before 1600 hours, 4 o'clock I mean. They all straggled back here an hour ago except Moriarty. Mark Moriarty. If Mark just blew it, he'll have to wait till next semester to try again. But if he has a good reason for getting lost, I'll let him make it up next Saturday. Without his trail patch, he won't go up in rank like the rest of the team this year. Mark, what am I going to do with you? What a relief. I thought I'd never make it back here. There I was, lost in the heart of the woods. I could have been eaten by bears or something. I doubt it, son. Not a lot of bears in Ridgeview these days. What in blazes happened to you? Well, sir, I followed the directions on the map exactly, but I didn't find any of the landmarks that we were supposed to flag. Once it got later, I realized that the compass wasn't pointing north like it should. The sun sets in the west, but my compass said it was heading south. That's odd. All the compasses were A-OK when I handed them out. I checked them all out myself just this morning. Okay, let's check his tools. Mark's map is a series of letters and numbers, NW5, SW7, N22, and so on. The letters all match up to compass directions. At the corner of the map is a note. All numbers stand for white paces in the stated direction. The knapsack holds Mark's flashlight, a compass, his map, and 5 paper tags. The compass is pointing steadily in one direction. And this was a very old game, so no reference to our pop group. Right, let's go and look for more evidence. We have another 3 locations to go, so let's check it out. Now we can head to the public library to see if we can find any information on all these tools. Maybe maps, something about compasses. Let's see what we can learn about compasses in the library. If Mark's compass did mess up, he'll be allowed to do his survival track over. Mrs. Garcia. Compasses are fascinating. They seem to work as if by magic. Actually, they're tiny magnets and use the magnetic field of the Earth to show direction. Okay, let's read up more. The C volume of the encyclopedia has some information about compasses and their uses. Most compasses use a magnetized needle suspended or balanced so they can move easily to indicate direction. The ends of the compass needle are attracted to the magnetic pool of spots near the Earth's pole, known as magnetic north and magnetic south. The marked end of the compass will always point north. The encyclopedia chapter on navigation has some history of compasses. The first compasses were made by the Chinese as early as 2000 BC from lodestone, a magnetic ore we now call magnetite. When a bar made of lodestone was spun, it would always point in the same direction and could be used to direct travel. European sailors in the 12th century AD used compasses to aid direction. Right, so that's all the information we get from the library. So let's leave and check out our next location. The Pizza place. Why we are here, I'm not too sure. It seems like Jake is really good at finding locations to scour. The Explorer Club started its trek here at Pizza. Let's see if we can find some clues here. Mr. Carici. Well, if it isn't my little detectives. You just missed my annual pizza fair. We give away samples of every kind of pizza we make, all you can eat. That really isn't samples, that's more of just a free buffet. Oh wow, sorry we missed that, Mr. Carici. Did a lot of people show up? We were packed, wall-to-wall customers, you know. Too bad the whole Explorer Club had to go off on its trek before we started the fest. Some of them would have loved to stay, I'd bet. You didn't see any of them here later? I'm sorry, Jake. We were so busy I didn't really notice. Danny! He has flour on his face. That's cute. Hey, Jake. Hi there, Ellie. I figured you two would be by later, so I saved you a little plate of samples. Wouldn't want to leave out my favorite detective team. We were swamped today. Seems like everyone from miles around was coming in for the free grub. Your pal Mark Moriarty ate at least 3 times his share. Mark, what were you doing? Alright, things are getting a bit clearer. So let's go to our final location and see what sort of evidence we can gather there. Sweet treats. Let's talk to some of the other Explorer Club members and see if any of them can help us with our investigation. Okay, we have Christine Lee. I don't see how Mark could have gotten so confused. We were all given a compass and the same map at the start of the trek. We were supposed to follow the map to each of the landmark points and tag them in order to show we've been there. I used the school copier to copy the maps so I know they're all identical. Mark got the same map I gave everyone else. Dave Grant. Hey Jake, I heard that you and Ellie had to go out looking for Mark Moriarty. I can't believe he got lost. I bet Sergeant Morrow really gonna lay into him. Dave Grant. He's my football coach, and man, is he tough. He pitched a real fit when Mark asked him if he could put off his survival track till next week. Mark just couldn't stand the idea of missing the Pizza Fest today, but Sergeant Morrow told him it was now or never for his trail patch. Christine's map is sitting on the counter. There are some splotches of ice cream on it, but it is readable. Christine's map is identical to the map in Mark's backpack. Of course, if it is showing the same location, it should be the same. Alright, I think we've gathered all the clues that we need. So let's head back to the park to make our findings to Miss Sergeant Buck Morrow and tell him what we think about the case. Let's solve this case. This case may have the explorers puzzled, but I bet we've got it cracked. Pick the 5 best clues to show you know what happened. Right, let's pick 5 clues. Let's see, we need something. Yes, he had a motive. We had a witness. Let's see. Which clues should point it? So the tools they used. Mark claims that his pointer didn't always point the same direction. But it's not true because when we checked it, it works. Now that you found a way to write clues, point out who you think got Mark lost in the woods. And of course, our suspect is Mark Moriarty. You're right, Mark was never lost. He was at Pizza the whole time. Let's check the evidence. Mark said that he got lost because his compass wasn't pointing north all the time. Sergeant Buck Morrow said that all the compasses, including the one he gave to Mark, were working fine when he handed them out. In the library, we found out that compasses work because of the magnetic fields of the Earth's poles. Compasses always point to the north. Dave Grant told us that Mark had asked Sergeant Morrow if he could postpone his survival trek today because he'd rather go to Pizza Fest. Sergeant Morrow told him that he'd have to do it today or wait till next year. Mr. Carici told us that the Pizza Fest started after all the explorers started on their trek. Danny, the cook at Pizza, told us that Mark Moriarty ate 3 times his share at the Pizza Fest. Mark was lying when he said he was lost. He was at the Pizza Fest the whole time. You figured it out. Mark lied when he said his compass wasn't pointing north. He was just looking for a way to eat his pizza and have his trail patched too. And there you go. Here's the new issue of the Kennedy Tiger Press. Why would such a thing be in a newspaper? Oh, it's probably the school paper. Just as we thought, they wrote a story about how Mark Moriarty tried to cheat and get his trail patched while he was really eating a totally huge pizza. And look, they tell how Ellie figured out that the compass wasn't really broken. This is definitely one for the scrapbook. Kennedy Tiger Press, Explorer Club hoax exposed. The Explorers Club survival trek was marred yesterday when one of the explorers claimed that he had been lost in the woods for the whole afternoon. Mark Moriarty claimed that his compass malfunctioned, causing him to get lost in the heart of Hunter's Wood, while the rest of the group completed their trek. Ellie proved that this claim was a hoax devised by Moriarty. In order to cover up for the fact that he had abandoned his Explorer Club activity to attend Pizza Palace annual Pizza Fest. Mark gave us all a scare with his story, but the worst part to me is that he lied to cover his tracks, said Sergeant Buck Morrow, the group's leader. Mark will just have to wait until next year to get his trail patch. Only the honest explorers in our club get promoted. And that's a successful case solved. If you've been enjoying the series, do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Alright, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as usual, this is Ellie signing out.